بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. معالي الشيخ إبراهيم بن خليفة آل خليفة رئيس مجلس الأمناء أيوفي، معالي الشيخ أحمد بن محمد آل خليفة رئيس ديوان الرقابة المالية والإدارية مملكة البحرين، معالي الشيخ سلمان بن خليفة آل خليفة وزير المالية والاقتصاد الوطني، معالي الشيخ محمد بن خليفة بن أحمد آل خليفة وزير النفط مملكة البحرين، معالي الأستاذ رشيد محمد المعراج محافظ مصرف البحرين المركزي، معالي الأستاذ محمد بن عبد الله القويز رئيس مجلس السوق المالية المملكة العربية السعودية. Excellencies, distinguished guests, speakers and panelists, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning. It is my great pleasure and honor to be here today, and in the behalf of the Islamic Development Bank, I would like to express my sincere thanks and appreciation to the co-organizer, Ayufi and the World Bank, for inviting me to address this esteemed gathering. Ayufi and the World Bank are key partners of the Islamic Development Bank, and the ISDB and the World Bank have a long-standing strategic partnership based on our shared mandate for development. ISDB is a founding member of Ayufi, and since 1990s, Islamic Development Bank has supported Ayufi in numerous forms, including technical assistance grant, representations of our expert in Ayufi's board, and technical boards and working groups. Since inception, Ayufi has issued a total of 110 standards in the area of Sharia, accounting, auditing, ethical, and governance. The ISDB strongly supports the adoption of Ayufi's accounting standard and duly references Ayufi's Sharia standard in its various transactions. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe the main theme of the conference today, revolutionary changes in global Islamic finance ecosystem, need for governance, standardization, and regulatory support, is timely and relevant. Since the onset of the 2008 global financial crisis more than a decade ago, the world witnessed several large-scale government-led measures to protect financial system. More importantly, the global financial regulatory architecture has undergone a substantial reform led by the initiative of the G20 and Financial Stability Board. The international standards setting bodies, in line with their mandate, have revised their prudential principles and guidelines to incorporate more stringent capital liquidity disclosure requirement on financial institutions. Despite the significant downside impact of the financial crisis, the global Islamic financial services industry has indirectly received a boost of its awareness and acceptance among stakeholders of the global financial services industry. In immediate years following the crisis, Islamic banks' assets have expanded at double digit. A unique feature of this remarkable growth that has taken place not only in Muslim countries but across the globe. While Islamic financial services industry has gained ground worldwide recognition, the new global regulatory architecture has placed highly priority in putting in place strong stability and resilience framework. Financial technology and the use of smart contract and blockchain technology for structuring transaction is another landmark innovation that requires careful regulatory and supervisory policy response. This is also stand true for Islamic financial services industry, where recent transactions have involved the use of blockchain technology. The ISTB has been instrumental in addressing these challenges over the last 40 years, both directly and, more importantly, through creating and supporting Islamic infrastructure institutions. These Islamic finance infrastructure institutions are basically the first standard-setting bodies and international organizations established for providing standard and guide principles that align global regulatory and policy developments with the specific of Islamic finance, while also assisting national financial sector supervision to provide a level of playing field their conventional counterpart. Most of these Islamic finance infrastructure institutions are present with us today in this conference, including IUFI, IFSP, IIFM, and we look forward to hearing their views in the sessions to follow. I am also delighted to inform you that ISTB will be hosting the second annual Sukuk Summit in Luxembourg on 11 November in partnership with the Ministry of Finance of the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg. The summit will discuss global development in Sukuk-led Islamic capital market and the synergy with the European financial industry, and we will be focused on the theme of this conference. And also, ISDB is currently working a global report on future of finance and financial intermediation, value chain such as from future of currency, going through the future of bank and financial institutions, the future of financial products, and all the way to the asset exchange during financial transaction and how they are beginning to be codified in digital form. While the respective Islamic infrastructure institutions have contributed significantly to the Islamic financial services industry, it cannot be stressed enough that there must be standardization and humanization in their policy. In this regard, I am pleased to inform you also that the ISTB is undertaking an initiative to establish a consultative group of Islamic finance and infrastructure institutions to create a common platform for mutual collaboration and harmonization and regulations and policies, while exploring new and emerging issues for the global Islamic financial services industry. To this end, a team of experts from the ISTB is already working in close collaboration with IUFI Secretary General and heads of the other Islamic infrastructure institutions. Another very critical aspect is ensuring the adoption of the Islamic infrastructure institution regulations and standards by industry and major players. I believe this remains a significant challenge. I urge all the Islamic infrastructure institutions to focus on this aspect and come up with an action plan to address this respect. Ladies and gentlemen, in the last part of my speech, I will concentrate on the new horizon. To address the issue, I will focus on three main areas. First, orderly implementation of reforms in the Islamic financial services industry and structure support. The implementation of revised post-financial crisis standards and guidelines has begun and is now the responsibility of the national regulators to provide an enabling framework that can facilitate market players in adapting these new rules and regulations. While the new regulatory framework applies to both conventional financial institutions and Islamic ones, Islamic financial institutions are often at a disadvantage due to the lack of structural support to meet these new requirements. The lack of necessary structural support is not something to be taken lightly. Respective countries need to undertake initiatives to facilitate the implementation of revised regulations, along with necessary structural support to enable Islamic financial institutions to meet these regulations. Second, embracing changes and decoding new developments. The financial globalization and its integration with information technology platform have opened doors to a whole new market segment. Fintech companies are now using advanced information and communication technology, including machine learning and artificial intelligence, to realize innovative business model, products, and processes in the financial sectors. The explosion of fintech channel and crowdfunding platform has unearthed a new set of challenges for stakeholders in the regulatory and consumer protection space. Moreover, fintech in the Islamic financial service industry has an added layer of Sharia compliance. While it is important to embrace these new developments, it is equally important to identify the new risks to financial stability and resilience and to the overall objective of consumer protection. Third, refining the social aspect of achieving SDG. The last aspect I would like to highlight is social and inclusive dimension through Islamic finance. While Islamic finance has greatly been acknowledged as an alternative source of funding, its potential to enhance financial inclusion is still untapped. The ISDB has prioritized financial inclusion as one of the key areas in its various activity, and this includes offering financing to microfinance, SME sector, and areas such as zakat. For this aspect, I would like to urge AAOIFI and other Islamic infrastructure institutions to increase their focus on producing standards and guidelines that prioritize combating poverty and achieving Sustainable Development Goal SDGs. The ISDB is achieving the SDG in its various development projects, including thematic areas such as climate change, women, youth, and gender, and sustainable energy. Once again, on behalf of the Islamic Development Bank, let me reiterate my commitment to this forum, and I am also pleased to announce that ISDB, as a permanent partner and sponsor of this annual conference, and therefore I welcome the suggestion by AAOIFI to name it the ISDB AAOIFI World Bank Annual Conference as next year. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to end my address, and I wish you very productive discussion. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.